Okay, one of you guys has to ask me because that's how it works.
Yeah.
What kind of Asian I was?
So, Mike, what kind of Asian were you?
I was a divorce Asian. Okay. Welcome to the Asian Not Asian podcast, where Asian people talk a lot of shit, and we Asian people not from Asia talk about American issues no Americans care about. I'm your host, Mike Nguyen. Jenny is living a good life. That makes it sound like she passed away. She's alive. She's alive. She's on vacation or something. She's being creative upstate, which is what you do when you're upstate. And so she'll be back in a little bit. She'll probably be back next week, and it'll be great. But it's just me rolling right now. How do we usually start this fucking show? Today is May 14th. I am coming at you from Canal Street Market, which is opening back up. Please come by. It's in Chinatown in New York City. It's a beautiful day. It's a little muggy. It's chill. But you know what? It's a beautiful day to walk around Canal Street and gawk at tourists. I've noticed this one thing. Okay, and I'm just gonna hijack my own podcast for a second to talk about British tourists, because British tourists, I never noticed this. In America, we think of British people as being really classy. They're not. Okay, I want to put that out there. British tourists, they're from Florida. Okay, you look at them. They look like they're from Florida. They just sound like they're from Mary Poppins. Okay, but they're the same. It's just the same thing. All right, you listen to what the things they do, and they're just like, hey, if anyone else wants a shot, will anyone do one with me? That's what they do. So shouts to all of our British Asians listening to the podcast. Yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it since it's just me, and we have these. I have two guests, and it's amazing to help me bring the show home. I want to just introduce comedians, podcasters, performers, writers, actors. There's just way too many credits these two have. I want to bring on right now and Chun and Alex Kim. Woo!
Yeah.
How's it going? How you doing?
Good. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
No, thanks for having us.
Yeah. I do you know what I'm talking about with the British tourists? Yeah.
Like last time I was in Thailand visiting my family. Like there.
Oh God.
We shared a bus with these group of older British guys, and they were like golfing, and they were like, "Oh, so happy that I could be away from the divorce for a little bit." Okay, they say with a British accent. They're all like divorcees.
Oh, my old lady. Okay.
Yeah, and you're right. They're from Florida. Like I'm on the subway, and like they're on the same like shorts and like the bright polo shirts. I think they're from Florida, but then they start talking. They're like, "I, bruv." It's like, no, where are you guys coming from?
Hey, bruv. Hey. It's just so aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so intense.
Yeah.
And a lot of their clothes has a lot of bedazzling on it. I never noticed that. You think it's all Bridgerton shit? It's not.
Exactly. I think it's Downton Abbey, Bridgerton, all these like Shakespeare movies. It's misrepresenting British people for who they actually
British culture
are.
is not like that. No. It's. I've been to London a few times. Both times. People would get super drunk and just pee on the street. Just peeing on the street. That's British culture.
Yeah.
That's tea.
They're taking a piss.
They're taking the piss. Literally on the ground. I'm so glad to have you guys on here. I want to get going and talk about a bunch of different things. But first, you want to play the Patreon shout out game with us?
Yeah.
Do you guys know this game? If you guys are wondering, on this podcast, we shout out our Patreon supporters. If you want to support the podcast, you can go to patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. And you get a bunch of different things on there. But one of the big things is we guess your ethnicity based on your name. Very racist. We haven't done this in a little while. We have been getting Patreons, and I apologize for it's all wacky, as you know. But it is we've got some new Patreons, and we've got them on, and we're gonna guess their ethnicity. It's getting really hard because I think people are just being cute about their names. Also, I don't know if I feel like Asian people now, sometimes they go by a nickname. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've always gone by Mike Nguyen, right? Mike Nguyen, haha. But sometimes people call me, hey, call me Sully. You know what I'm saying? Do you know this?
I haven't seen that.
Okay. I may have mismade that up. Okay, we're just going to keep going on. So, you guys want to play this game with me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. I'm going to drag you down into this. The first patron, JY.
JY.
Why?
JY.
See, that sounds like a fake name.
No,
right?
I mean,
Are we
I've
sure?
worked with someone named like JY.
You what?
I've worked with someone named
Okay.
JY. I mean, it's short for like
Something else.
Chun,
Yeah.
or like Korean name, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like JYP. That's a
Yes, JYP. Exactly.
Who's
I'm-
JYP?
It's a company. It's a K-pop company.
Oh, okay.
It's also a guy, isn't it?
yeah. It's his name. It's his initials.
It's his company?
Yeah, his company.
That is baller as hell.
Yeah,
That he named his own company after
his
himself.
name, and he's
His
a performer.
name.
He's a
And
K-pop
he's in
star.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's in it.
He's like isn't he like 45 or some shit?
Yeah, almost no older than that. I think yeah.
So you think this JYP is
I think
now
the
a
Y is
Patreon
initial.
member?
I think it's his JYP.
It is. Yeah, he's.
But he was like, I want to be kind of low key, JY. I don't want to. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how much this guy gave us. I hope he gave us $1 million because I don't think so.
No, he signed you. That's how he
He's on me. That would be a nightmare. Oh my god. Oh, I would have a heart attack if I became a K-pop star. That makes me nervous. I'm sweating.
But you're a dancer. So, yes?
I love dancing. I think I'm better than a normal person on the street, but I am not a good dancer. I just don't have like good extension. Do you guys know what that means?
like extensions, right?
I don't have extension. I don't have hair. That's the big problem. That's the first one. But second, like when you're dancing, you want to have extension, which is like the line of your body. Some people have like very, and not just like the geometry, but just like how you like hold your like poise. You can almost say. Some people have beautiful lines. Like my wife has like, she's very like, she has just good proportions and she has good lines. She's not a good dancer, but she has like good poise, right? But then I have the opposite, where I have terrible poise. I'm like Quasimodo, right? I'm just like, ugh, but
You're a ball. You're not alive.
I'm a ball. I'm a ball. I have the extension of a ball. And what a burn. Okay, so our first one, JY, is I'm thinking Korean.
Yeah.
Korean.
Shouts. Thanks for citing us. The second one is this a little easier. Georgia. What a beautiful name. Georgia Wei.
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 Oh, Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chinese, right?
Yeah.
Are we thinking Chinese,
Yeah.
right?
I had a piano teacher, Mr. Wei.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. Okay. Georgia is a I think an interesting name for a Chinese person.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel it could be something where the person like is like a 1.5 generation and like came here and was like, you need an American name, and you're like, okay, what's a place I've heard about in America? Georgia. Ah.
But I also feel like the Chinese people I meet, like, I mean, this might be weird, but like when I was in college, like the Chinese people have like the most out there names. Like the only people I know
Yes.
who have like Elvis.
Yes.
Or like
yes.
Vincent. Like I don't know who. Like only
Edison.
Edison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edison is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have names that you would like National Geographic names is what I
Yeah.
would call it.
Or like an older, like English name.
Yeah, it would have been
Yes.
popular in the 50s.
Like Harrison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Popular Harrison. Yes, popular in the 50s. Yes, absolutely. That's absolutely true. It'd be so weird because I would be hanging out with these dudes named Edison and they'd be like, we're going to the rave today. And I'm like, Edison, what are you talking about? You're named after an inventor and here you are doing MDMA. Okay, so we're thinking Georgia Wei is Chinese and a beautiful name. I'm just going to go with that. So if you guys are wondering, again, how you can get involved, just go to patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod. It's the best way to support the podcast. We use buy gear. Don't use gear. We buy gear. We do all sorts of stuff with the money. I promise you. And we are, it is the best way to support the show. We're going to keep it going. We got a few quick updates before we kind of get into the meat of it. Thank you for everyone who came out to the Hack City LA show. It was a shit show. I'm going to tell you the story one day of how it worked out. But the special guests, okay, because we couldn't tell you before, but the special guests, we had a couple people. On the billing was Fahim Anwar. Fahim Anwar. He was great. But our secret people was Ronnie Chang whenever we say secret, it's Ronnie. Secret Ronnie Chang, and then also Hassan Minaj was the other one. So we couldn't have it because it was like this whole thing, but the two of them were there. So thank you for everyone who came out to the show, and please come out to the next Hack City. Probably won't have those people on there, but it will still be amazing. Again, shout outs to Ronnie and Hassan and Fahim for doing the show, and the staff at the Improv for doing that. Also, please check out the jiu-jitsu video that we have where Fumi throws up in it,
Oh my god.
just from his own exertion. It is worth it alone just to see him exercise. I couldn't imagine he could exercise. I actually kind of think sometimes that Fumi, the old co-host, was just a head, and that he had fitted onto a cybernetic body, because that's the kind of vibe he is. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I have never imagined him lower than neck.
Yeah.
I try not to.
He's all head.
He moves a little bit when he does comedy, but
He does.
not
Yeah, he's
a
pretty animated.
ton,
Yeah.
but
That's true. But like those are pre-programmed into the cybernetic body.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, please check it out. He had a great time, and it's a fun video. Okay, let's start the show. We always like to start the show by asking our guests what kind of Asian you were this week. I don't know if anyone has anything to do it with, But, I mean, to start the show with.
I've won. I was a brotherly Asian.
Brotherly
Yeah.
Asian. Ooh, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, because my brother got married this past.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was the best man. So I gave a
Wow.
toast.
Beautiful.
I did tight five. Got a bunch of laughs.
Continue.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this.
Made people cry.
Yes.
And people, my family doesn't know I do stand up, but my family.
They don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
And so my aunties were telling me, "Oh my God, you're like a legit stand-up comedian. You should like do stand-up. You're like such a comedian." And I was like, "Oh my God, if only you knew."
here's like my joke about
Yeah, like I
This.
should done my tight five, my actual tight five.
I'm gonna come back around and ask you more about you not telling your parent or your folks about that. I would love to come back about that. But very quickly about your speech thing. Well, first of all, did you do his bachelor party? Did you plan his bachelor party?
Yes.
Whoa.
Talked about it. I did it with my brothers and some of his friends.
Yeah. How many brothers you got?
Just three of us. So
Okay.
my other younger brother.
What did you guys do?
Oh well, my groom, my older brother, he
Yeah.
wanted to go to Nashville. So
Word, yes.
So we went to Nashville for like a weekend.
Okay.
And got the Airbnb, and he got smashed, which is what you do.
Of course.
Yeah, and it was crazy.
Did your brother straight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got straight married.
straight man.
We call it boring married.
We're still doing that. Yeah.
We're still doing that. Are we still? Is that still a thing? Fuck that. Is it hilarious for you to plan a straight wedding? A straight like bachelor party. Do you
it's good.
feel it's like cringy at all?
Of course. Yeah, because it's all dudes, all straight dudes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they just want to go. They don't want to go to Nashville. They want to.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Because I've never found that appealing to do like the bar hopping.
Yeah.
In like I was kind of scared.
Yeah.
Kind of, which is a little ignorant on my part. They're a great tourist town.
Yeah.
But yeah, just trying to find like not clubbing, not going to gay clubs.
Yes.
Yes. Like not fun stuff, basically.
Not fun stuff.
Yeah.
Did they want to? Sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was like, you had to act more straight.
Yeah,
right?
it's like
yeah, look at these chicks.
right, like I did it for my brother, but I'd be like, "Yo, this is so much fun!" Like, oh my God, like everyone's so hyped. I'm like, "Yeah, we're like, we're like doing like this moving cart bar." It's like, yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was like,
Is that the
yeah.
one where you have to pedal?
Yeah, you have to pedal. Yeah.
Is it okay? Are you out to your?
exercise while I'm drinking? It's like no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know why that's fun.
I don't know.
And then anyways, are you out to your brother?
So it is a funny story. Like I wanted to come out to them before his wedding,
Yeah.
right? So I did take them to a show before.
In Nashville.
No.
No.
I actually planned doing a show in Nashville, but that show got canceled. They didn't sell enough tickets.
Oh fuck.
So I took him to another show like right before the wedding.
Right.
Like last Friday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here or where? Oh.
In Jersey.
In Jersey.
Yeah. But like it's another long story. Like my entire family brothers knew. Like they all knew. They had their own stories of how they figured it out.
Wow.
Oh.
All my cousins knew. Not the parents and the dads. Just all my brothers and all my cousins knew for like a while. I thought I was so secret about it.
Yeah.
And it's like
Alex,
excuse
if they didn't know, it's their fault.
yeah.
So you wait. I'm sorry. So you were planning to come out as your set was you're coming out?
I was gonna like tell them, hey, by the way, like I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a set here.
Yeah.
'Cause my older brother knew I did stand up. He never saw a show.
Sure.
So, but I said, my plan was sit them down. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do a set here, and by the way, I'm gay. And then I'll say, and please welcome stage. I was Kim, and then just do all that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, get out of the way, right?
Yeah.
Two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. So when you say your whole family, I mean, you're talking your parents and everything too?
No. Just
Got it.
just the kids.
The kids.
Just the kids.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm assuming everything was cool. Everything was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they also we talked about in Nashville. They got drunk. My
Yes.
brother gets all like mushy and
Yes,
sentimental.
very
and
Korean.
she's drunk.
Yep.
Right? He's like, my brother. You should have told me. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cute. I don't know.
Always support you. I talked about it in the speech. Like
That's
my
cute.
toast. He was like, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to keep hearing more about it. But I want to get Anne up in here. Anne, what kind of Asian were you this week?
Because I was in North Carolina to visit my partner's Vietnamese family.
Shouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Keep it in the Southeast Asian family.
Keep it in the Delta.
Fish sauce, the Mekong Delta.
Keep it in the estuary, huh? Oh yeah.
So
You guys like wet plantation rice? You know? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, all good. So we were there to basically scatter his grandparents' ashes.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a few years, and I think it was like time to do it, especially after, COVID and people got vaccinated, so we could all get together.
Yep.
So I was there for 5 days, and I think, whenever I'm around his family, I'm kind of is it like in-law Asian? But they're my, kind of like my in-laws. I'm like their daughter or
Daughter-in-law.
niece-in-law,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would play that part and, be on my best behavior.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is there like special, I don't know, things you do? Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
roll, I guess,
Yeah, just eat a lot.
Really?
And tell them how good it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta
okay.
get you well and you did.
Yeah, well-fed
yeah.
Asian.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty good one. Do you
Yeah.
have to help cook at all?
Or do dishes.
Or do dishes?
Yeah.
No, they were like, you're a guest, you don't have to do. We
Oh,
also
okay.
stay at Airbnbs by the beaches, so they were like, dishwashers and stuff. So I had a very relaxing weekend. It's just more like, I can't just like, say the things I normally say, and I can't just like go out with my hair all messed up. Like his
Oh,
mom
really?
is so well put together all the time. So
Really?
I'm like, yeah.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Where was this at?
North Carolina.
Okay, right. Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there any, I don't know, I always felt that Vietnamese people, we look at Thai people kind of like how British people look at French people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yes,
I didn't
because
know
Vietnamese
that.
people, we're like, damn, those Thai people got some good culture, They're like, man, their dances are beautiful, their clothing is awesome, their food is great. They never got colonized. They
I was like, that's a big thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm like for a long time, if my mom wanted to go out to eat somewhere special, she'd be like Thai food. That's like our special shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So that was kind of like, oh, the culture there versus us. Like in Vietnam's were like, oh yeah, we're doing our thing. We got our thing going on. But like, man, Thai people, woo! you want some culture? That's what's up.
Yeah.
Is there any? Do you got to get a sense like, oh man, Thai, what's up? What's going on?
No, I mean, no, not at all. I never got that.
Okay.
I never think about
from-
Vietnamese people.
Oh, you meant like, do I ever feel that way about Vietnamese people?
No, or I guess, like-
Vietnamese people give me Vietnamese family.
I guess so. Or like, yeah, like like, is there kind of that dynamic with his
Yeah.
family?
No, if anything, one of his uncles like really didn't like me. at
What?
first
Really?
Because he knew that I was Thai. Because when they had to leave
Right.
Vietnam,
Sure.
they had to go through Thailand.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
had they like encountered some Thai pirates?
What?
And-
Dang.
Yeah, and it was like a rough experience. So I think he
For sure.
he holds a grudge against Thai
Well-
people. But little does he know, I'm actually Chinese Thai, like 4th or 5th generation. So
Oh.
at one point, native Thai people also didn't like my people. So like So that's just
So everybody hates you.
everybody
Hey,
hates
don't worry.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but aside from his uncle, I think they appreciate that I also like very similar foods. They're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is like stinky. I love stinky. Give it to me.
Oh, okay. That's a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah, and we were even like eating soy.
Yeah.
Which is
like
sticky
sticky rice,
rice
yeah.
with dried shrimp.
Do you guys
and-
have that too?
Yeah, we have a very similar version, and
Yeah.
I was like, this version is better.
Whoa.
And then my partner was like, yeah, everything Vietnamese version is better than the Thai version.
Oh man.
But I was like, that's not true. Our
That is-
chilies are definitely better.
Yeah, I will definitely say that is not true. But that is cool. That is cool. What was the other thing? Is there like is there a similar, so whenever Vietnamese people get together, it's just like a fucking, I would call it kind of like the gathering of the juggalos, but Asian, right? It's just like a fuck ton of people. There's like a long ass table with food, and it's just like a free for all. There's not, I mean, like there's like, it's like organized chaos, right?
Yeah.
Which I think can be a lot for some people, right? But is a family hangout like that with Thai people? Do you know what I'm saying? Where there's the trays of food and there's like
Yep.
a shit ton of
Very
fucking
much
spring
the
rolls.
same.
You know what I'm saying?
Like so much food,
Yeah.
and you eat for like 4 hours.
Yeah, son.
But it's not like a set menu, like, you
Yeah.
know, the Western style where you're like, oh, there's appetizers. Like,
No,
everything,
no.
appetizer, main course, like
yeah.
dessert, all.
Man, everything on the styrofoam
Yeah.
plate. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you eat and chat
Yeah.
until like,
And the kids are
You're
all
just fall
watching
asleep.
like Marvel movies on TV and shit.
exactly.
Fuck yeah, that's great. That's great. I love that. Okay, one of you guys has to ask me because that's how it works.
Yeah.
What kind of Asian I was?
So Mike, what kind of Asian were you?
I was a divorce Asian, okay, but not because I'm getting divorced. That's not. I'm getting divorced from my other major relationship, which is with Fumi. Me and him, we have to dissolve the LLC that we have. We have not dissolve it. We have to like change it. And it's very interesting. It's very. I don't know if you guys consider yourselves adults. I do not at all. I have a child and money and stuff like that. And there's so many times where I'm sitting here and like my accountant guy, who is very nice, very funny actually. He's like an improv guy. It's really funny. He's like an improv dude. He is very smart. He's like also an attorney. He like, you know, this dude is real smart where accounting is his side hustle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like his main thing is being a lawyer, and like for funsies, he does accounting, right? And so he's helping me out, and he helps a lot of other comedians out. And when he's like telling me stuff, I'm just like, man, whew, someone should pay attention. I hope my dad's getting this. And I'm like, oh shit, that's me. I'm the one who has to listen to all the shit that he's telling me. So we had to go through the whole thing, and it's very interesting because you know, we live in this digital world, but when it comes to these legal things, a physical piece of paper has to be signed. It really is like a divorce. Like I sign it, and then we have to mail it over to Fumi, and then he signs it, and then he has to sign it back, send it back over here, and then we file it with the county. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is like such a bizarre thing, and we have to split the funds that we have that are left over. You know, and it was just a very, I don't know, boring. Yeah, that's what I would say. It was,
You want a little bit more drama. Like,
Yeah.
Fumi, pick a fight with me.
yeah, come on. You know what I'm
Smash a
saying?
hole in the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Who gets the kids, you know? It is funny because we do have some related comedy things. So like Hack City, our stand-up show, which is still going on. And like that's kind of like our other kid who we're still invested in. You know, we have the podcast, which is
You got the full custody
I'm getting
of the
full
podcast.
custody. Exactly. I'm getting full custody of the podcast.
No
but
visitation rights.
No visitation rights, but we're splitting little Jerome, you know what I'm saying? Hack City. We're splitting him, and he's going to spend the weekend, you know what I'm saying? And he's going to be on different coasts. It's going to be a whole thing. So I've been thinking about trying to watch a few, I'm like, how do white people do divorce? Because I know how Asian people do divorce, which is something I want to talk about later. I used to have a joke where Asian divorce is just the Asian people, the parents just sleep on different floors of the house. That was what Asian divorce. They're still together, but they hate each other. That's like Asian divorce to me. So I was like, okay, how do white people do it? So I was gonna watch, you know, one of those like movies with you know, where like white people get really mad and punch the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
what was it called?
Marriage Story.
Marriage
There we go.
Story.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, okay, how do white people do it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm gonna have to get into it, but that's what kind of Asian I was, a divorce Asian. Yeah, I think it was fun. I don't know.
Well, Monsieur, would Fumi be your ex-wife or husband or partner? We just want to be gender neutral.
Okay, yeah. I like the sound of ex-husband. I like that
Yeah?
sound. That sounds fun. That sounds like a good thing. I don't know. That was me. So I don't know. I do want to get into some of the things that you guys are into. You guys have a podcast together? Yes.
Yep.
Well, tell the fans what it is.
It's called Where You From podcast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's where two Asian Americans,
Two Asians not from America.
talk about
living in America.
Were you guys? Did you guys get so it's APAM right now, right? It's May.
Yeah.
Did you guys get like a special thing in any of the podcasts? Get on any lists or anything like that?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, we're not that successful.
It's not
yet.
about being successful at
It's
all.
for us.
Okay,
It's for
no,
us.
that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's great, and it's not. I'm not even trying to do anything like that. I'm not trying to say that.
Shit, you guys are
Yeah,
nubbins.
I was on it like 5 times with Jenny.
Yeah, it's not even. I'm not even saying that. It's just funny because like if you look at those things, all the Asian podcasts, like a lot of them are like that. It's like an American lawyer talks about German law from an Asian perspective, and some of those podcasts, I swear to God, they're like old as shit. They're just like, they haven't updated since 2009, and they're just like, the Apple is like, okay, well, I guess this has the word Asian in it. I guess it's going to be one of the things we highlighted this month. And so it happens all the time. Anyways,
Now I feel like we should have been on that list.
I think you
right?
should. I
Yeah.
think next
Should've.
time you will be on the list.
We gotta work on an SEO. I
Yeah.
feel like that German law podcast probably still
Yeah.
has really good
You
SEO.
got to type Asian in our description.
I think that's what the Apple guy just like search like Asian podcast.
Asian podcast,
and
and
the
if
first
Asian-
10 results like here he's like, okay, this will do.
Just list every race.
that literally happens all the time. Whenever there's a list, like a little while ago, there was a magazine and it had like a list of all the different like podcasts on there, like whatever. And we weren't on it, which is totally. And because I know I wasn't offended because I was like, dude, there's only like 20 of us, and it's just like they just decided to the first page of the Google search or whatever, right? They're just like, we're gonna do these, and like, again, some of them are like these old podcasts where the guy's like dead or something now. You know what I'm saying? Which would be a tight ass podcast. I'm podcasting from the afterlife, but it's not. All right, so. Anyways, what's your podcast like? What do you guys talk about? Because I feel there's like a particular thing you guys kind of get into,
Yeah, like Alex said, we just did for us. We wanted a space. Because like when I first met Alex and I learned that he grew up in the UAE, went to international school, I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I also went to international school. Like, wasn't that shit crazy?
Yeah.
Like, I really want someone to talk about it with.
Yeah, because ever since, like I haven't talked about that experience, like since high school. Like
Yeah.
only I
Whoa.
talk about it with my other international friends. Like, oh my god, that was crazy. Like we have this international day. We have all these different races. It's stories that I can't share with other people who are not from international school.
Yeah, but it's like all these crazy stories that would only happen in international schools.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a post-racial world, but like it's not.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like different trauma too. I realize like, oh my god, that was weird. It's like,
Exactly.
Because I'm thinking it's like that Disneyland ride is a small world.
Mhm.
Is it like that, but with like drugs? Is it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But everyone's like, like our schools are just mixed with so many different like nationalities. Like our school pride itself on like representing like so many different countries.
But what was like the trauma part? Was it just because it was like, I don't know, like
Like I think a lot of it was the accepted like just racism from your fellow students. you
Word.
know? Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing that really bonds us all together is
Mhm.
racism.
Yeah.
You know?
And I remember one thing that was crazy is that like, I even then I consumed a lot of American media, so I was like teaching them how to be like American racist, right? like I told them how to say. I told them the word chink, and
Oh,
they
shit.
didn't,
Oh my
they didn't know about it, and then
You taught them that
Why
word?
did
Why
you
did you
do
do
that?
I felt like hey, like they didn't have a word for me, and then that became my name. Like for,
No
yeah.
shit. Are you serious?
Totally serious.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
and it was because I told them that,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What did they call you before?
I don't even remember.
Like Alex, just Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
No, it's Kim. You know, that's the very high
Oh.
school. It's
Kim.
Kim, right? Because that's
Oh,
the only other
interesting.
only other Korean guy.
Oh, you're the only Korean
for
Korean
a
guy.
while.
For a while.
And then like later, yeah. Some
That's-
Koreans came in.
How about did you also teach racial slurs to your friends?
No, I did not. I actually didn't know that word till much later. Because I also, I'm Thai, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like that is a very American word.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
word.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's a very American. You know, so proud to be an American sometimes. You know, our innovation with
I mean,
racial
we
slurs.
have our own like swear words, but
Yeah.
I think for me was like I am Thai, but like I go to national school, so I was kind of this weird place where like even like you know how Asian Americans are like, oh, you're not Asian enough, you're not American or whatever. Like I felt that in my own home country where I was like, oh, you go to national school, you're like not a real Thai, and and then like the other side too, like trying to fit in the because I went to an American based school,
Yeah.
so.
How come you went to one of those schools? Is that?
Because my parents wanted me to speak English really well.
Yep.
And that was a way to go. You know, all the classes were taught in English
Got
by
it.
white teachers.
Yep.
Yep. So
you
I mean,
can
that's
learn-
that's a whole like post-racial, but also it's like kind of post-colonial vibes.
Yes,
you
yes,
get,
yes,
And
yes.
like
All the
all the
teachers are white.
TAs were Thai.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, and like there's a quota on Thai students, so you couldn't exceed like a certain percentage of Thai students to brand it as international.
Interesting.
So that's already like a self-imposed, like internalized racism against my own people. Like, oh, like I think I have to get the spot, you know?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn. You speak Thai though.
Yes.
Okay.
But not. I did have an accent for a while.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I would speak English the
English.
whole time. Like I would read like all these textbooks in English and not Thai. So
That's fucked up, man.
My Thai is a lot weaker than English.
That man, you literally cannot fucking win. You know, like no matter what the fuck you do, it's just like, oh no, you don't speak enough Thai because you're trying to better you think you're too good for us. Oh, you're not Asian enough because you don't know the racial slurs for being Asian. what the fuck?
But what was funny was during summer when school was out, my parents would send me to a local Thai school so
Oh,
that
shit.
I could keep up with Thai. And then the English teacher who's Thai would be like, oh, your English is so good already. Why don't you teach? So I taught a few
Whoa, oh.
English classes to local Thai students, and that was weird.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
tight.
free labor.
What up, homies? Listen, if you listen to the pod, you know I'm all about self-care. I'm all about gut health. I'm all about mental clarity, being the best podcaster, comedian guy in the game. That's why I started taking Athletic Greens. With one scoop, it's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. I take it because it's quick and easy. I put it in with a little bit of water, get my hydration going, and I'm good to go. Best part, it doesn't taste like vitamins. It's kind of got a nice matcha kind of flavor. It's easy to drink. AG1 supports better sleep recovery and sleep quality. AG1 is also cheaper than getting all the different supplements yourself. Finally, Athletic Greens has over 7,000 5-star reviews, so you know people gotta love it. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune boosting, so vitamin D, and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/AsianNotAsian. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/AsianNotAsian to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Folks, it's Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and there are two things our people love. 1, exotic fruit. 2, science. That's right. Honor AA and HPI heritage, communities, and families today by getting vaccinated for a safer tomorrow. Vaccination greatly reduces your chance of having COVID symptoms like fatigue, pain, and memory problems that last for months. Protect your tomorrow with a vaccine today. Talk to a doctor if you have any questions. Find vaccines and boosters near you at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Child
Like,
labor.
What's your teacher doing?
She's just sitting there chilling.
Just chilling? Just on her
She
phone?
got this.
I like that. I do love that. Alex, I wanted to go back and I wanted to talk to you about just to kind of like get into the first the speech thing that you gave, because I feel that a lot of times people who have to give speeches and weddings, like, they get very nervous, which is understandable. People don't like to speak,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
public. And I feel it's kind of like I'm of two minds when it comes to asking a stand-up comedian to do a speech, because I've done a couple of those things. Either as usually I'm like the officiant, right? Or one time I was a host where I like kind of kept the program going, crushed it both times, of course.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also learned, I was like, okay, this isn't like a stand-up show. I can't just be like full stand-up mode, you know what I'm saying? Where like, what's going on with everyone's cocks? Like I can't do that. But I can like read the room. I know pacing, I know like about like
ups and downs, yeah.
keeping the show going, that kind of thing. But when you were putting it together where you're like, man, I could, because another thing I did was when I proposed to my wife, I was like, I didn't even prepare a speech. I was like, I'm just going to riff. And you know what a bad idea it is sometimes when you go up and on a show or a mic and you just riff and you're like, nah, it's gonna be tight. I'm gonna be like,
I'm a pro.
I'm a pro. Ate shit. I have a video of it too. Just bombing. It's just like I was like, I love you. Learn from that. But when you put that together, do you have any tips for people who are trying to put together a wedding speech?
Well, yeah, it's like that. You can't have that stand-up mindset.
Yeah.
It's funny because I actually did officiate their wedding.
That's
because
nice.
no, not this one. They had their like legal one, so they could sign the papers.
Yes.
And I did the officiation. I went on the website.
Yeah.
All I need is a name and email.
Yes.
Be
And then you're
American
I'm
Ministries thing.
Yes, I'm that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're brothers. Yes.
And it's funny,
Exactly.
my mom's Christian, and I showed her the certificate. I was like, "Look, Mom, by the state of New Jersey, like I'm legally to do this." And she's like, "That's such blasphemy! Like, delete that certificate."
Oh my God! Did you tell your mom like, how dare you talk to the clergy
I
like
know.
this? You know who I am.
You know I could do it. So yeah, that was last year, and it was a small ceremony. It was just the immediate family, and I officiated the wedding. I did a 10-minute thing. You know, all that, and I make sure to add some jokes to keep them entertained, and then I give the toast. I think a lot of you gotta like go by some template of like.
Yes, there's a template.
Yeah, because I can't do like start with the your closer and like
Yeah.
Can't do stand up.
Yeah, you can't do stand up.
I mean, I peppered it in like some bits.
Yeah.
But then you gotta make it a speech.
You do have to make it a speech. You have to
Yeah.
kind of like tell a fun childhood story or some embarrassing thing, and then end with like, I love you so much, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
whatever.
you definitely end on the sentimental.
End on
Right.
the sentimental.
And that's writing. That's very different than stand up.
That's very true, because usually you end on whatever somebody
you discount it. You undercut the sentimental with the joke.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't do
exactly.
that.
Yeah. You like pull the rug out from under it, and boy, am I tempted to do that when I'm doing it. That's such a good one.
That.
I really want to. I think the other key too is just like in stand-up. I feel leave them wanting more, like just because people like end up like a long ass speech where it goes on forever. I don't think there's such a thing, honestly, as too short of a speech in a wedding. You 10 seconds. Like thank you very much. I love you, everybody. You're all we were so happy for you. Toast. People would be like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love that.
I love that. We can eat now.
We can drink.
We can drink now. Exactly. So I think that's great.
Yeah, I YouTube a lot of videos like 13, 15 minutes long.
Wow.
God damn.
Yeah. And
Way too long.
Way too long.
Because they're not comedians.
No.
No.
And they're reading off of their phone. It's just it's like so I made it 4 to 5.
That's good.
And it was
that's
it was
good.
perfect. It was sweet because everyone else's was also like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So they made me the closer.
Yeah, you're the
That's so
headliner.
yes, you gotta
Yeah.
have. You of course you would have to end. I feel I'm interested because so you only recently came out to your siblings, and it sounds like also, and I don't want to make this like equate the two, but like you're also kind of not telling people about being a stand-up. Is that related? Is that like a what I'm saying? Like, you know, is that, I just want to know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, because I think for both stand-up and being gay, like, the family would just, like, not believe either, right?
Word.
Like, for both, they'd be like, this is just a phase, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, like, the stand-up thing is, like, don't make this
So
your career.
stand-up is a phase. We all can agree. Stand-up is a phase. That's not real. That's some bullshit.
But they were just like, oh, you could be a stand-up comedian after the speech, so maybe the stars are aligning.
But that's my aunt. Like my mom, they don't believe in like the arts as like a stuff.
I
as
see.
a thing to
Your
do.
aunt. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And like they say that
in general,
the
arts in general. Like if you wanted to be a musician also or something.
Yeah, of course. Like
Got
my
it.
brother's, he's like trying to be a drummer.
Oh shit.
And he tells his parent and my mom that, and she's like, nope, don't actually do that. Like don't
Got
like
it.
have a nice hobby, but
yeah.
get a job.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to deal with that. So I want to so I don't want to tell her.
Yeah.
Right. And also, I don't want to tell her. I don't want to deal with stuff being like the homophobia from them. I don't want to deal with like being told like, okay, but marry a girl. You know.
Right. Oh shit. They would like kind of be. I guess they would like put that out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
They would be like, okay, but
All right. Well,
but like
time to get
but, like,
serious.
okay, but you'll marry a girl. Or
Whoa.
You'll have a family.
Dang.
You'll have a nuclear family. You have a son.
Right.
My mom legit said recently, so you better have a son. Like,
Wow.
What?
Wait, but you said that your family knew already.
Yeah, not my parents.
Just not your.
Not my
Okay,
parents,
just
yeah.
your siblings.
Yeah, just
okay.
they knew for a
Sibling.
while.
How about your cousins and stuff?
Yeah, my cousins knew for a while. Too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they know you did stand up? Were they shocked at either one?
So I told my brother that I do stand up.
Yeah.
Like last year, and then when you type in my name and then comedy, like my stuff comes up.
Yes.
If you type in Ask Kim, I'm buried.
Yeah. There you
under-
go. There you go.
Yeah. So like, I thought it was
Pharmacist.
good.
Yep.
A
Perfect.
good camouflage. But if you type in me, like it's me, it's our podcast. It's me and other podcasts, and then
Yeah.
if you type in that on YouTube, you get my set, and then my sister-in-law, my now sister-in-law, she sent that to my brothers, and like
Oh.
and they watched it, and yeah, and then that's how they kind of knew I was gay.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Kinda.
So they knew you were
They knew I'm gay.
So in that way, like stand up is the vehicle for helping you kind of get that information out there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And, yeah.
Did you feel uncomfortable with that, or was that? You know, it sounded like those two things. You know, you played them off at each other a little bit, but
No.
were you ever afraid, like, oh, this could get out too much? You know?
No, because I like it's such a relief. Getting
Yeah.
You know, telling people you're gay, it's like that feeling of like you're on a cliff and you have to jump off. Right?
Whoa.
And like you just don't want to do that. Your body just doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Everything's telling you don't do it. Right.
And so that it was just a relief that it was just all out at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
And like I do feel that stand up helped with that really. Like the fact that I had that outlet. You know, like I could make it because I'm uncomfortable talking to my family still about it.
Yeah.
I could make it about stand up as well as being gay.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
That
I
makes
just
sense.
liked it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. And do you have anything about not coming out, but like telling your family about that?
Yeah, no, they're super supportive. I told them pretty early on, and back when I lived in San Francisco, which is where I started, my younger
Yeah.
brother actually came to see my first few shows.
Oh
So,
wow. What a
yeah.
mistake. That was a mistake. That's a terrible
Right,
idea.
right.
But yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
they're a lot more. I think for them it's like, oh, we're just glad that she's having fun, but I don't know how they feel about me pursuing it as like a source of income.
Yeah.
I feel like they're probably like, you sure about that?
Right.
Yeah.
Is I like that this podcast, right? This episode is a little bit about secrets, because you kind of we're gonna try. You're very secretive about who your partner is. Is that the whole thing?
How about you?
I'm not secretive
you're
about
not
who my
secretive?
partner is.
Why do you think I'm secretive?
I'm secretive about mine because, well, my wife is private. She's a private person. If you Google my name, just like if you Google Ask Him Comedy, the first other search thing is Mike Nguyen wife, and then nothing shows up, which is great. I'm just like, yeah, this is great. One day I would like it for be like Mike Nguyen wife and like Kermit the Frog shows up or something. I'm like, that's great. But right now, she's private, which is it's totally cool. It's kind of my shitty superpower is stand-up comedy, and comedians. I'm sorry, superheroes. I'm not a superhero, but like people like that kind of hide their families. I'm just like, hey, she'll probably be on the podcast one day, but I gotta really like talk her up into it, and she'll just be roasting me. So I gotta be be ready. She will just like tear me down. It'll be great. But that's kind of my thing. But for you, I feel like with your partner, is it like, hey, you know what? Just gonna keep church and state separate, or what,
No, I'm just curious why you think that. Is it because I'm not saying his name?
Yes.
And then because we all know who he is?
We all know who it is, but you don't talk about it on social. It's like not a thing. Like you guys are very separate, which I'm not judging. I don't get it, but I'm not judging you for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I would do that or not do that. I just haven't really thought about it. I just was like, oh, is there like a reason for this?
Okay. I think for social, I want to keep my social mostly about comedy. Like, you know, without comedy, I wouldn't be posting that much. I mean, even with comedy, I feel I'm not posting as much as I should.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think in general, I'm like a bit more private. But yeah, we can. I think he's been on this pod. And he didn't say what my name was either.
I think so. And I was trying to be.
I think we just we're both like a bit private people. I guess I didn't even think too much about it. But yeah, I don't think we're into like public display of our relationship or affection that much.
I remember when I first found out, I thought this person was lying. Because I was like, no way, come on, you dude, come on, you goofy bastard.
Good joke. What's that?
No, anytime I find out that two comedians are dating, it's kind of like, I forgot what it was like when you're in high school and you find out different people are dating in your high school. You're like, oh, like you're like get into it and it gets very Bridgerton. You're like, oh, how did they meet and what happened? You know, you're like, and then they're trying to play it down and you're just like, you're trying to pry into their lives. It's the best.
I think that's part of it. Why it's like the comedy community is tight.
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
like
community
we're
is very
high
small.
school, right? We
Yeah,
have
it is very high
proms,
schooly.
so-
We do have proms. Yeah, we do have proms. We do have
it's
proms.
high school all over again.
Yeah, we try
'Cause
not.
we did not peak that time.
Because we never had that experience. It wasn't for us.
You didn't have. Did you not have prom? Did you have international prom?
No, yeah, we had prom. It was
Okay.
yeah, I also went to American school. We did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there an international prom? Is it very racist? I don't know. You know.
I don't know. International prom would be.
Yeah, I mean, people just wore nice clothes. I think, if anything, because international school kids tend to come from like wealthy families, like you see like designer brands.
Oh.
And I think American proms, sometimes they're at like nice hotels too, but I think in the movies I would see them in like
The gym,
gyms, and I'm like,
auditorium.
ugh.
Yeah.
I would be smelling sweat.
Yeah, we would go to nice hotels. Yeah, our school's very rich people.
Anna wanted to talk to you about about you got a show. You got like a solo show. Mm-hmm. And it's called Asian Divorce.
Yeah. So I love that you were talking about being a divorced Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it about? I want to hear it.
So it's inspired by my life. Not 100% accurate, but basically it's inspired by, a breakup. And at the same time the breakup, I found out that my mom has moved out. And this, when you're talking about like Asians divorce being like separate beds on on different floors, like that's like, kind of what happened. Like they started out with the same bed, and then they separate their beds, and then they start sleeping in two separate rooms.
Yes.
And then in the end, it's finally two separate houses, but they're next to each other.
Yes. They're next to each other. They have separate houses, and they're next to each other.
Yeah, like
whoa.
Yeah.
Are
like
they,
my mom had built that house right next to
this is
I hate house.
It's such
this is like you never watch HGTV when they're like house hunters, right? Oh, Jennifer's looking for a 2-bedroom where she could be away from her husband. And he wants something for a man cave where they can hang out on the weekend. Wow. She built another house.
Yeah, but it was more for my sister and her family.
I see.
But I felt like that was always her plan. Like, this could be like an option. I don't know. She's very smart, and I think I used to be like, oh, I can't believe she's doing this, but they've had like a pretty. I think it's just the relationship has run its course for a while now.
Sure.
But I actually think it's very progressive of her.
Yeah.
Because divorce
totally,
is such a taboo, and to just pull
in Thailand,
that move.
It's a big taboo still.
I think in Asian culture,
Yeah,
especially
it
our
is.
parents' generation, I think
so.
younger generations becoming more open, like Ali Wong. I'm like,
oh,
wow,
yeah,
what a
word.
trailblazing icon.
Damn, dude, I feel almost like she like planned that from the beginning. She's like gonna
I feel
marry
like
someone
she
so she can get
did.
divorced.
Exactly. Like I want to. No, I mean, I'm sure it's like tough on her.
You want
but
divorce?
No, yeah, of course.
It's pretty funny.
It's always tricky, but I mean, yeah, it's that is awesome. I mean, so
Yeah, so I was gonna say that it's about breakup and then the finding out that this is happening at the same time, like making that connection. Like, is there a connection between like my chaotic relationship history and like their chaotic history, and then like
Yes.
kind of
Sorry,
like traveling back to Thailand to like figure things out and like try to talk to them, but they won't talk to you, and they won't even talk about each other. Like when you talk about marriage story, I was like, yeah, I have a joke about that because like
Oh,
I
shit.
think my reference of divorce is it's like all like about white people, right? And
Yeah.
they're very verbal
Yes.
about it, and
Yeah.
so I have this joke where if Marriage Story was about Asian people, it would be a silent movie. It's like just like
just two Asian people at a dim sum restaurant.
exactly
just
not
tense.
talking,
Not
but like
talking.
silently hating each other.
Silently hating each other. It is so
One scene. That's it.
Yeah.
that is so true. I feel I definitely hear that with my own parents and sort of like the proximity they have to each other. You know what I'm saying? I'll just leave it at that. Let's just say they're not together, but like it's I feel like there's a lot of times where white people divorce. Not always, of course, this is a generalization, but a lot of times they'll get divorced and then they'll never see that person ever again. They're just like out of their lives. And I'm just like, whoa, that's crazy. Because like with Asian people, it's like it's hard to cut someone out of your life completely because of different things. Part of it is expectation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think cutting out someone of your out of your life is that's the ultimate weapon of Asian. Like, I'm gonna cut my love away from you. So like, you reserve it only for like some really crazy thing. So it's interesting. I do hear you with that Asian divorce thing.
Yeah.
When you're putting together the show, I mean, what was your process? Because I feel like, first of all, I think it's amazing that you
Thank
did
you.
that. Okay, I think it's really cool. It's obviously not quote unquote all stand up. It's like this whole other art form, which I think is sweet. So like just I want to hear about the process a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to write something like this since I started doing comedy.
Sure.
And a lot of my jokes are about relationship, like my parents, but they don't always fit in the club scene. And when I saw Homecoming King, I was like, this is what I want to do. So I'm jealous that Fumi got to do a set with Hassan in LA.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been writing it for a while, but it was always like bits and pieces. And then I was like, okay, I think I started taking classes about writing solo show. So
Well, that's cool.
hiring a director or working with a director is a big part of it. So I worked with a few, but then I ended up with Ileana Inocencio, who's a great human, great performer, a lot of experience with theater. So, and she's been such a great partner because she always keeps me accountable for keep on writing. And yeah, so, once the writing is like, I would say the first draft is done, we started like breaking out into chunks and then performing it. She started telling me like, oh, this is what you should do on stage. Because I think as stand-up comedians, we're not very, at least for me, I'm not very aware of what I'm doing on stage.
We're not necessarily very theatrical with like
Exactly.
stage usage and character. I don't know. Yeah. I feel
blocking.
you. Yes, exactly.
Blocking.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, it's a very immersive experience. I also love Fleabag, both the live and TV show. And she used some like voiceover work as well. So
That's cool.
instead of having me do like,
Right.
like the brother's voice or the dad voice, and I also get tired. I think my voice gets tired of that. Have him do that or have someone do it, voice act, and it just comes out so much more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a lot. I mean, it's not just putting on the show itself. It's like the promoting, the crowdfunding, working with a videographer and design. Yeah, I think if I had known how much work it would take, I don't think I would do it. Yeah, but it's cool. I'm taking it to Edinburgh Fringe, which gives me a really hard deadline that you gotta have your shit together.
Right.
Then.
When is that deadline?
That's August, and I'm performing 22 nights. All of
shit.
August. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then once it's done there, are you gonna keep doing it here in America?
I want to. I want to take to the West Coast because I have a lot of connections there.
Yes.
And I want to work on a script and try to see if I, can turn into TV or like a web series if things,
That's nuts,
don't
man.
work out.
That's crazy.
But I'm gonna take a break first for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Good luck. If the listeners want to check it out, you're doing a bunch of kind of previews right now?
Yeah, I'm doing previews and I'm doing a full run of it in New York on June 9th. You can, look it up on my website, anchun.com. or my IG and Chun Comedy. I know I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, but
No, it's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. It's all good. Yeah, definitely check that out. We got a couple of other fun things I wanted to try. First thing is we're doing this thing where we want y'all, people listening and watching, to drop us a voicemail. Okay, you can leave us a voicemail, and we want to hear what kind of Asian you were this week. You heard before from us. It could be anything. Okay, you could be, I was a cake boss Asian. That doesn't mean nothing. Okay, I was a Python coder Asian. I was a divorce Asian. Doesn't have to be something big. Small stuff is fine too. You can leave us a voicemail at 646-809-7231. That's 646-809-7231. It's a voicemail box. I'm not going to answer. You don't have to be worried about that. Okay, like I encourage you to do it. Is there a good chance we will make fun of you? Yes, that is part of the catharsis of it. Just let us know. It's a fun time. We got a couple of voicemails, which is great. All right, so I wanted to get one. I'm going to play it, and we're going to discuss it just very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
How's that sound?
Yeah.
Cool. This month, Paramount Plus, in partnership with CAPE, the Coalition of Asian Pacifics and Entertainment, celebrates Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month with a special collection of series and movies spotlighting the AAPI community, with performances from Yeren Ha, Asif Manvi, Isa Briones, George Takei, Lucy Liu, Liza Lapira, and Keanu Reeves, just to name a few. Head to ParamountPlus.com/WatchUsRise to learn more and stream their performances today. Whoa, what was that? Dang, that's
what
crazy.
is that sound?
It's nice.
It's the sound of another sale on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform to start, run, and grow your business. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big business, so upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronized online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed.
Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility. I love how Shopify has the tools and resources to make it easy for any business to succeed from down the street to around the globe. Like mine, Shopify powers a million businesses from first sale to full scale.
Reach customers online and across social networks with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more.
Gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond.
More than a store, Shopify grows with you.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify.
Go to shopify.com/Asian, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features.
Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/Asian right now.
Shopify.com/Asian.
Hi, Ryan here. What's up, Mike and Jenny? Type of Asian I was this past week. I was a tourist Asian. Went on a vacation to Hawaii with my girlfriend, her friend, or another couple essentially, and a stuffed animal that came with us everywhere. We hit all the good spots. We ate poke, went hiking. Stuffed animal got a little bit lost on the hiking trail, but it's okay. Then we came back and we still got sick somehow, like everyone else from Coachella. But overall, I had fun, gained 5 pounds. Would say that if you are going to do Cocoa Head hiking trail, be prepared to die. And that's about it. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, sick. Okay, I think I know who this guy is. So, Shouts, thank you very much for doing that. This is a wildly, I would call, subtle flex voicemail, okay? So many drops. Coachella, all right, Hawaii, Cocoa Head, going on vacation, okay? These are all things not in my worldview, all right? Because I have not left this podcast booth in 6 months, okay? I have no idea what the outside world is like. It doesn't matter. But I wanted to talk about this. Any thoughts, any immediate thoughts right now of all the different things he brought up? Stuffed animals coming along on vacation with you? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, I have so many questions about the stuffed animal.
Mainly why?
It was like it sounded like a typical trip until he brought up, and a stuffed animal came along, and then he got lost. I'm like, wait, where did the stuffed animal walk to?
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, like we almost died on this trail. Like, did the stuffed animal die? Like, why have so many
You know how
questions?
the stuffed animal got super high on shrooms and just wandered off. You know how we do. You know how stuffed animals are. I want to know, what's that?
It was kidnapped.
It was kidnapped. We had
It was
to,
taken
It was
episode.
taken. We had to kill a whole bunch of, Armenian mobsters in order to get it back. What I want to know is what kind of stuffed animal, because to me, if it's like a small stuffed animal where you kind of like it's mostly in your backpack the whole time and you just take it out as like a fun reference point for photos, that I've been to that. But is it like a stuffed animal? Like the bigger it gets, the weirder it gets, right? Until the point where are we talking full on body pillow?
It's a waifu.
Yeah, with a waifu on there. Not okay. All right. Those.
Not in
Why-
public.
Not in public. Waifu, you leave that at home. Leave that at home, or maybe go to a special convention. I don't know. What do you think? I feel like, I don't know. Has any of you ever encountered anything like this before?
Like maybe if you're a child, like
Yeah,
you bring
that's cute.
your service stuffed animal.
Yeah,
Right.
yep.
Like
Mr. Binky.
My brother had a little Barney.
That's
He
cute.
traveled. Right.
That's
he,
cute.
He lost it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's
On Cocoa
devastating.
Trail?
Was it the Armenians?
He lost the safari trip. I think some animal took it.
Oh wow! Oh, that sucks. But that's funny. Yes, exactly. That's exactly. And any immediate thoughts?
Well, he didn't say whose stuffed animal it was. If it was
Oh
his.
yes.
If it was his, what kind of stuffed animal would it be? I'm just trying to like narrow it down. What-
Whose stuffed animal was it? Was it his? Was it the other couples? Was it perhaps both couples combined, and this is like some sort of surrogate adopted child that they have? We don't know.
I don't know.
One thing too I wanted to bring up is I feel it's very Asian to do couples trips. Couples trips are very,
Traveling. Yeah.
yeah, traveling like as a couple, I feel can be very dangerous, right? As far as two things. One, you guys end up fighting, right? Just like, oh, I don't like that. I can't believe Jennifer did this, blah, blah, blah. They don't want to eat at this restaurant. Or other way, too good, foursome happens. We don't want that either. Makes things complicated, especially once you bring in Mr. Binky, all right? Is the stuffed animal going to be engaging in the foursome with you?
He's watching.
He's watching.
He's watching.
Waifu is watching. Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys been on a lot of couples trips?
I was gonna say, have you guys been on foursome?
Have you guys been on foursomes? I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, have you guys been on couples trips?
Not recently.
Yeah.
No, couple trips. No.
Yeah.
But I haven't vacation in a long time period.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about you, Aunt? Couples trips with your secret partner?
If we count travels with his parents, sure. No, I don't think we've traveled, with other couples. We were supposed to go, so we're going to a wedding in Paris,
Whoa,
in September.
Jesus.
and I was hoping to go with my friend. So it's not couples, but I would have a friend to go with, and my partner. But she's not going. She doesn't want a third wheel. But I was like, oh no, because if we fight, like,
Yeah, that'll be weird.
I need someone in the middle to protect me or to defend me, my position. No, it'll be fine.
To gang
But
up on him?
yeah, we don't travel too much. We're very much homebodies.
Yeah.
We also
Yeah.
have a dog, so that.
Oh, that makes it a
Oh.
whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not stuffed.
Not stuffed.
Not stuff. The real dog.
Stuff with a lot of love.
Stuff, love. Yeah, we should do a couples trip. We should.
We should.
I'm trying to think.
should.
I'm trying to think if that would be okay.
I mean, just don't think about it. That sounds like I hate what I'm so awkward if they fought the other couple.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you were like just chilling, like
Yeah.
that one
No,
couple
'cause
was
even
fighting.
even if we're fighting, like I'm very self conscious about like
I see.
showing
Of
that
other people.
that side
Yeah.
of it. Like I don't like being like the bad couple.
Yeah.
So if I see that, I'm like, this is like the worst idea ever. Like I don't want to be here. They don't want to be here. It's
You really do have to pick the person, the couple. Like it has to be a very fun, almost irresponsible couple, because
Yeah.
you really just got to be like up for anything.
Yeah.
Because vacation's already so.
the couple that's drinking and doing drugs to deal with the relationship.
Yes, exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
You need to have that because like it's already stressful enough being on vacation alone, like
Yeah.
with your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the secret. Leave the stuffed animal at home. Bring the irresponsible other couple. That is what we got. If you want to get into this, tell us what kind of Asian you were. We want to hear. We want to hear all the different Asian stories. Going to Coco Head, going to Paris, or being a psychotic stand-up comedian in Nashville. Well, those are all valid Asian American stories. I want to hear them. 646-809-7231. Again, 646-809-7231. Please. I have a few other ones. One of them we'll talk about later. She just talks about how she has a lot of oranges. Perfect.
Real Asian.
Fucking perfect.
So Asian.
That's fucking perfect. I don't give a fuck. Okay, just anything. I will do it, and you will leave the funny to me. This is what I do for. I don't even do it for a living, but I do this. This is what I do. I love it. And now we're gonna close off the episode with Asian Not Asian. The game. In this game, we use the different things we've talked about. Topics and such from what we've been talking about in the last hour, and talk about if they were Asian or not. So you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
Okay. First one. And if you guys have any you want to throw in, go ahead. Here. Wedding speeches. Asian or not?
Asian.
Asian, yeah?
I don't feel Asian.
They don't feel Asian.
Because
Yeah.
public speaking's not
Public speaking's
not
not a thing.
really an Asian thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's everyone would rather not. I feel.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think if so Vietnamese weddings are a whole thing, and people get very drunk and stuff like that. And there are speeches that I don't think I've ever remembered a good Vietnamese wedding speech, because people are just too drunk on Henny at that point. Or like the best man is always like a guy who just got out of jail. So he's just like, oh, man, he's like shouting out his gang or something. So I don't feel that they're Asian. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think they're Asian because, I went to a bunch of weddings in Asia, and all of them had, even like the more Asian ceremonies, they had speeches. So they might not be like
Like
jokes
an American.
in an American sense, but I think speeches are a big part of the wedding traditions. At least in the culture I grew up in. So, yeah. Dancing now.
Dancing, no.
The dance floor at weddings, like, no.
It's empty.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a bridegroom. Yeah.
There is no dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
No
like that.
hot in here, and like none of
Oh
that.
yeah, oh definitely not.
No, from the window to the wall. Yeah, no. I respect that. Okay, cool. How about bad SEO?
Oh, that's definitely not Asian.
Not Asian.
Not Asian.
right? We should
Yeah,
have. Yeah,
not
we all have
Asian.
good SEO.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
our podcast doesn't. but-
No.
You guys, yeah. I think also I used to hide behind the fact that I had a very common name in order to I don't know. I just kind of like the anonymity. You know what I'm saying? If you Google Michael Nguyen, there's like millions of Michael Nguyen's. So I had to kind of work at it in order for you to be able to find me on social media and stuff like that. Even now, my social media, my Instagram handle, I kind of regret. It's called my Instagram is Nice Pants Bro. I got that because I felt that I would always be wearing funny pants on stage. This is true. I used to wear a lot of like crazy colored pants, like camouflage pants and stuff like that, or whatever, funky pants. Like I used to have all these like drop crotch, like Yoji Yamamoto pants and shit. And I was like, okay, I'll always have that. And then, so when somebody sees me do comedy, I can just be like, oh, you can follow me on Nice Pants Bro. It's like, it like makes a connection because people can never remember people's names on stand-up shows, right? I don't remember people's stand-up names. I met this comedian once, and his Instagram for a while was he was funny.
Oh yeah.
That's a very
I
simple
know
one. He
what
was
that
funny.
is,
Okay,
yeah.
I can remember that. So now I have to do this whole Nice Pants Bro. I don't wear funny pants anymore. Okay?
You're wearing just regular.
I'm wearing just
Levi's.
regular Levi's now. That's what I do. I still have some fun
So now it's
pants.
sarcastic.
Yes. So that's the first thing, and then second, it doesn't work. Even when I did wear funny pants, people would be like, "Oh, what was it? Is it nice hat something?" Like people just don't remember the phrase. So I fucked up, and now I have this fucking Instagram forever now because it's in all of the podcast episodes before. I can't change it. I don't know what I fucked up.
Yeah, so I thought it was a heckle, like a
Nice pants, bro. Heckle.
Yeah.
Well,
Then-
see, that's what I wanted. I was hoping that because it would stick in someone's mind as like being an insult. You know how sometimes people have like a social media thing where it's like, fuck Mike Newitt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
like
I
it
hate
sticks.
I hate Joel Kim Booster.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
Joel Kim.
yeah.
That's a perfect example, right? That like sticks in your mind. But at least that even has his name on it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck me. Fuck. Okay.
Your name's just Pants.
I don't know. Anyways, okay. All right. Let's do one more. Secret families.
Oh, super Asian.
Yeah, very Asian. Yeah,
super Asian.
very Asian. Yeah.
Like I read about like in Japanese culture, whenever someone's gay in Japan, they have a secret. They just have a secret gay life,
Yeah.
but they're married with kids.
Whoa.
They're straight married, and they
Dang.
just have a secret gay life that they just have, but they're all straight married.
Don't tell your mom that. 'Cause she'll be like, hey, you can do your thing on the weekend.
Yeah,
but grant me
but
my
really,
son.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Have you read Pachinko?
I'm watching it.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's really good. You should read
It's
the book.
about
It's
secret
It's,
families.
it's really. Anyways. Yeah. Any thought about you, Anne? And what do you think? Secret families? Yes, Asian.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Like, okay, divorce is taboo, and so is secret families. But I feel like people talk about it more than divorce. Like,
Yeah.
it's more likely someone has a secret family than getting a divorce.
Yes. Yes.
I can't divorce my wife, so I'm just gonna like have a secret.
I would never do
children.
that. I would never do that. Instead, I will have a second job with a second name and a whole other family in another country.
Yeah, it's secret everything, not just family. Secret life.
Secret life.
Jobs.
Yes.
Everything. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's closeted. Everyone's closeted in Asians. As Asians.
Yo,
Yeah.
everyone is closeted in Asia. We're all afraid of Alex's mom. That's really what it is. So.
Justifiably so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the game Asian, not Asian. Unless you guys have any, we have one you want to throw out there. Anything? 'Cause you don't have to.
I'm good.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Well, that is the episode. I want to thank our guests Alex Kim and Chun for coming on. I hope you had fun.
Yeah,
That was super
it was
fun.
so much fun.
It was cool, right? It's cool. It's chill vibes in here. That's what I want. I just taught my mom the word chill vibes, and she didn't believe that was a real thing. So, I want our fans to find you. Where can our fans find you and your work?
I'm on Instagram, an Alex Kimedian, like Kim, and then Edian.
Okay, there you go. That's much better than mine.
That was a rebrand. Before it was like some generic.
Oh, was it?
Oh, it was Xander94. Xander Graham.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. They rebranded.
Did you go with, is it by Xander for a while?
No, that was my gamer tag for a long time. Like I went by Xander. Yeah, my league name was Xander. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Nerd. Okay, how about you?
Yeah, I'm on IG, TikTok, Twitter at Chun Comedy. Yeah, CHUN. And my website, if you don't use socials, anchun.com.
Such good. Get out of here.
Good SEO.
Get out of here with your name.
Well, it would be better if I use my full name because there's only one
Right.
family who has that last name.
What is your full name?
It's Chun Harakshot. Yeah, so if you look that up, you're just going to find my family. There's no one else. Yeah. But I feel like most people would give up before.
Do you have
they
After Chun.
complete
is
it.
is Anne your real name?
It's what my parents have always called me,
Mm.
but I have a real passport name, and that's
Oh.
Chaninat, so that's really long too.
That's tight as fuck.
That's
man.
that's longer than a tweet right there.
It must be so easy to find people in Thailand.
Yeah.
Like on Instagram.
Everyone's
you know
name is
what
like a
I'm saying?
password.
Yeah, or on Facebook. It's like, because if I wanted to
Yeah.
find
It
Alex Kim,
is.
I'd be like, oh fuck, I'm fucked.
Yeah,
Like
I can't find any of my Korean friends. I can't stalk any Korean friends
I
because
cannot.
They're all like
you
David
can't.
Kims. They're all like
David Kim.
David
Yeah.
Lee.
No way.
No.
No way. Sometimes I'm looking for someone I know we're friends, I know we're even connected, and Instagram's little search bar thing is so bad that I
Yeah.
can't find them.
Yep.
But Thai people must be like, oh, I totally found Anne
Yeah.
because they only got the one name.
Exactly.
Now it took me 45 seconds to type the name in, but I did it.
High ROI. Yep.
I love it. You can find me and my stupid ass Instagram handle at Nice Pants Bro, or you can please follow the podcast. It's at Asian Not Asian Pod. We're on Patreon at patreon.com/Asian Not Asian Pod. On YouTube at youtube.com/Asian Not Asian Pod. At least we got the SEO there. That you can thank Fumi for that. And we usually have to do this at the top, but at the bottom now I'm gonna tell you, please give us a rating, 5 stars on the Apple Podcast app if you're on there, or if you're on Spotify, drop us a follow. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment. We love comments. I want to hear the comments. It helps us a lot. And give us a subscribe and give us a thumbs up. All the fun stuff, as you know. And please check out Hack City Comedy. I don't know when this episode will come out, but the next one is, as of this date, is June 10th. You can always look up Hack City Comedy. Go to the episode description, and that is stand-up comedy. So it's a whole other thing. But we may be doing live podcast episodes at some point in the future. But right now we're just doing stand-up comedy, which is, as our guests know, a living nightmare. So yeah, thank you very much once again, Alex and Anne, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.